eloquent surfers. I'm very pleased, I might say blessed, to be in the company of Qala, who is an amazing teacher. First of all, Qala, I want you to introduce yourself a bit more for the people that already don't know you so much. So if you could give us a glimpse of the enlightened moments that brought this amazing teaching of you to us.
Okay. I suppose I would say that in 1996 I began my work with the Enlightened Masters. I began receiving visitations from them, and the way that took place for me was very unusual. And it began by being at university, studying naturopathy. And what happened was I was in a lecture at university, and everything turned to light. And my lecturer had this immense aura around her, and many beings of light appeared before me. And immediately what happened was, inside my mind, I started to receive divine teachings from these beings of light. And it was really very emotional for me, as you can imagine. And I thought I was going a little bit crazy. And this happened a long time ago. This led me to 2 years of living in this other world at the same time as this world, where I saw beings of light everywhere. They were so wise, they had the answers to everything. I was fascinated in the brain, about the brain. That was my biggest thing that I was interested in. And I wanted to know how it worked. And in those days I lived in my logical mind more. And my mind operated in a way where I thought a lot. And what took place for me is that these beings of light that I began to connect with, that I could hear inside my mind, I could see, began to be my teachers. And I didn't know who they were at first, but I felt their love. And I'd never felt a love like it before. And it began to flood through me. They would come to me every day, and sometimes one would just come in these robes of light. Sometimes many angels would come. And I was at university studying, and to be able to deal with this huge phenomena going on, I had to leave university and I had to hermit. And I had a lot of help. God really helped me with that. I had people look after my daughter for a little while, and people feed me, because I really wasn't functional in this world, so to speak. I could walk around and talk, but every time I communicated with someone I knew, I could see their energy through so many other worlds simultaneously. And their higher consciousness in a body of light would be standing next to them, communicating to me, and I would hear inside my mind what their higher consciousness was saying. And it was so loving. There was no fear. And at the same time I was hearing my friend or the person communicate with me, and they had no awareness of my experience. And it became a little bit, I needed time to integrate, to be able to communicate with all these beings of light at the same time as have my normal communication system with the world. And I spent 2 years inside meditating after this, because the beings of light asked me to sit for 6, 7, 8 hours a day. My daughter would go to school. I would just go into a little place. I would sit. They would come. They would teach me. And they always told me I was a teacher. And I found it really unbelievable at the time. And within about 2 years of doing this, with all their teachings, understandings of the universe, the teachings they gave me, my mind changed, my body changed, my whole consciousness changed, and a higher consciousness came into my being. And then they said, here you are, you go and teach now. So I've been doing that ever since, and they're always with me. And it's always amazing. It's always new, the teachings, and it's always new programs. It's always just what everybody needs. It's always perfect for humanity's evolution. And I feel absolutely blessed. And it's very hard to describe my experience, but I have a lot of bliss in my body, and I feel very close with God. And I am so grateful that that took place to me many years ago. And I wish with all my heart that every one of you would truly honor yourselves as the divine beings you are. The one thing that I truly know in my being is how much light and love you carry. And I have full faith in every one of you to enter your heart, open your heart, and give what you are here, your true love and light here, to everybody. And really, I just want to say also one other thing is that if we all take that on inside our heart, then those beautiful new beings of light that are coming and embodying and incarnating here, the new children, they will look upon us and they will see how easy it is for them to accept that in their hearts. And you will be giving them a world, even if it is only just your community, just your family, that reflects their truth, so they can live in their truth for the rest of their life. And that is what's going to change our world. And I believe it's all inside of you. Your love and light is the key. Just accept it with me.
Beautiful. We have literally a rain of blessings here. Something that echoes in the mind of a lot of people, I guess, is you started by mentioning that you've been a very mental person in the beginning of your journey. And now, suddenly you are shifting so much in the heart space. And this bring me to the other topics we're going to speak together, is how it is to journey into the heart. What is this very special call that is your teaching this year, precisely about this presence in the heart? Can you please open this space for us?
Yes, I'd love to talk about that. It's one of my most favorite subjects. The heart is a jewel, you know. We are not all aware of how much we hold in our hearts and what we bring here. That's one of the first things I learned from the Enlightened Masters. Is I used to think of the body and this space in my chest as unimportant. And what has changed in me is that I have realized that this is the very center of my being, and that if whatever I am feeling, thinking, whatever my energy is doing, if I bring that through my heart, then that is going to create good in the world. That is going to create blessings. That is going to create love. That is going to create light. If I just bring that through my heart. The other thing that is so important to me that they shared with me is that this heart is a crystal. It is a crystal of light. And even though we're physical and we cannot see this crystal with our physical eyes, we can feel it. We can feel the resonance when we look towards someone, whether our heart's in acceptance of them or not. We can feel the love when actually we really know someone. We've spent other lifetimes with them without ever meeting them before in this life. This crystal of light, this resonance in our heart, actually is intelligent. It is so intelligent, in fact, that it carries the wisdom of everything that we've ever met, and we've witnessed so much through our eternal journey. And it's not just about ourselves, but everyone we've witnessed, everything in all lifetimes we've witnessed. It carries the wisdom from all that. And if we let ourselves take our consciousness into that center, and we're very focused here in the brow chakra, in the mental reality, envisioning what we'd like, working out what we're going to do, and this is all really great stuff. But to source ourselves back and not have to seek outside so much, to source back inside to who we are, we need to take our consciousness down deeper into our being. And the deeper we go, our consciousness that usually rests like a sphere of light in our brow drops down into this heart center, into this crystal, where there is only the experience of oneness. Our field begins to oscillate in a different energy. Everything changes when we can let go of what's in our mind, and we can just drop down deeper into our being and connect with the soul nature of who we are. And we're really connecting to the light and the love of Source when we do that. So the teachings I'm bringing through this year are about our Source connection with God, how simple it is, how it all operates in our energy body, how our consciousness and our whole soul nature carries this Source connection eternally, and we've never lost it. How we can access that. And it's so simple. It really is. It begins with the heart flame. There is a flame of divine energy inside of this crystal that resonates in the center of our chest. There is a crystal core rod that runs through our spine from our crown to our base that activates and emanates our consciousness and light out in every direction. And we can either turn this on or turn it off. And it's as simple as that. And when we turn it on, we light up. The light shines out of our eyes, and it's amazing. We feel who we are. When we have turned it off, we feel dull, we feel lifeless, or we feel all the spectrums between on and off. And we are so powerful. We just need to make the right choices, have the right priorities here. And our priority is our heart connection with the world, our heart connection with everything. That is our priority. That is what we need to teach the children here. Our children, our beloved children. Every child here is ours. God has brought all the children for us to care for and teach. And this is what we need to teach them. And we have the love, we have the light, and we have the crystal heart inside. We just need to drop into it more. And that's all we need to do.
This is, so to speak, the heart of it, huh? Beautiful. I wanted to ask you, what is coming next? What are the things, the information, the channeling, the vibes, whatever we might call it, that is coming to manifest through you, let's say, in the days, the months, the years to come now?
With my future work, my future work is about bringing a lot of work together that I've been given by the enlightened masters and God to care for. And this work is called the Divine University. And it is the building of a university structure, firstly on the internet, with many teachings and many programs that have been created over the last 15 years. And these programs all have divine energy transmissions in them that are very high frequency. They activate the crystalline consciousness of a being in specific ways. They activate the higher consciousness to ground. They open different centers in the brain. They clear the genetics in a being. And there's many programs, and they're all sitting in a big hard drive system, and my work in the future is to actually build it into a living pathway of teachings that is a university, and work with many others to begin to share these base teachings with the world, And I'll be doing that for 5 or 6 years, and then I'm going to move from teaching about the evolution of what we call us as adults, those on the spiritual path, activating their gifts, activating their consciousness fully, uniting their feminine, masculine, soul energy, birthing their presence here, so that there is living light intelligence that is so concentrated in the physical body that you live in less of a mind state. And this is a process of evolution. We evolve this way. We can bring and birth presence through us. This presence is a state of oneness. It's a state of consciousness. So as I've been teaching and bringing programs through, I've been bringing programs through from Sirius, from where the Divine University of Light is held, and for our Universal Center. And there have been new teachings according to the people that I've been teaching. They say it's very new. For me, I don't know if it's new or not. It just feels like the knowledge that the masters have, I have, and others have. And I had to learn a lot when I first began to teach, because I didn't really understand what the teachings were on the planet. And so after this education system is built, my next lot of work, and I hope many of you that work with children will join me, is to actually teach about how the children evolve, what they need on a light body level, on a consciousness level, because many of the children on the earth are having difficulty, and they're having difficulty because they're coming in with a higher frequency. This higher frequency is not adjusting well with the energy bodies they have, and the medicines doctors have, and all the parents trying to do their very best. It doesn't seem to be quite gelling to do it exactly so that these children can birth in a holistic way through their empowerment. And I began in 2006 to teach a little bit about the new children and their development, and I did a 2-week retreat on that, and I'm really looking forward to getting back to that, but it might take me a few years, they say, and I feel that in my heart is complete truth. And in that period of time, I had this wonderful experience of receiving the teachings of how the chakra development of children grow, and that from 0 to 7, the initiation that they're in is very dependent on the frequency the mother gives the child. And then from 7 to 14, it's very dependent on the frequency the father or father figure gives the child, and how the chakras actually grow from the frequency of exchange. And it's really amazing to have that knowledge and understanding, because when you receive that, you understand, why children are having difficulty, how their chakras are not quite operating when they go to school and don't want to be at school anymore, or they're labelled in some way with some sort of, some sort of imbalance with the way that they think or motivate themselves and their energy. And I feel there's answers coming, and I feel I'm not the only one. There's many people that are here on the earth that have a very specific purpose. Mine just happens to be new education, and it's to bring answers to things that we don't have the answers for at the moment. But it's about evolution. It's about consciousness and energy. And I find that if we shift the energy and consciousness in anything, things flow, everything changes, everything grows, everything flowers. Peace, love, truth, all these things are experienced. And I really like to live a very simple life. I don't really have much desire for much in life. I feel very fulfilled. I feel I have everything I need. Having a connection inside with the divine is all that I believe that I need. And so when I when I experience meeting people in the world that are having difficulties, like with their children or with anything in their life, my heart truly, truly wants to give them everything that I can. And I suppose that is my biggest dream here, is that you can receive everything, all of the divine assistance that is available to you. And I would just ask all of you to open your heart and trust that there is an answer, and ask for it to come to you through the open heart. And the angels, the beings of light that you may not even be aware of exist, they will move everything. Your consciousness, your heart will move everything. But you have to ask through your open heart. You can't just ask through your mind and then feel disappointed. The heart is the key, it's the doorway to the universe. So go inside of it, drop deeper down inside yourself, and ask for what you need. But, and it will come, and it may not come in the form that you want it in, but it will come, and it will come as the clear light answer of what you really need. And my prayer is that my life can bring through some teachings or something that will help people. And I believe I'm just one of many here that live a life like that. And I just want to thank you for listening to me and asking that wonderful question.
Beautiful. I guess we take it as a prayer for everyone, as a wonderful blessing, the last words you had. And I must say it's a beautiful and holistic, truly holistic, heart-oriented vision of the evolution of humankind, and we feel blessed to have had this little chat with you. That's the least we can say. Thank you very much, Qala.
No, thank you. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye, Quantic surfers. Take the best out of this, which is naturally happening anyway. Thank you.